You are now listening to the West Side of THAAfterparty.com.
Hey y'all, it's Ari
and Ona of Oh My Daily Doses.
on the After Party Radio West.
Tune in to hear us discuss pop culture, politics, mental health, and so much more over a drink.
Every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m.
See you there.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
We told Brittany we was ready.
We wasn't ready.
We wasn't ready, but it's okay, because we're family, you know?
Right.
Okay.
Are you? Is your?
Okay, look, this is what we gonna do, Ariel. We just, fuck it.
And it's what it is.
You feel me?
And that's all it's gonna be.
You feel me?
Welcome
So what
back.
did we talk about last week? I forgot.
Last week we talked about the neck.
There you go. So you want that neck.
So you want that
We
neck?
were talking about what fan. Oh, girl,
Look at us. Just
we just fucking up.
phones. Just
We were
not-
talking about Fantasia saying, y'all hoes need to learn how to support y'all niggas and quit trying to be so manly. That's why you ain't got a nigga. And we were just like breaking it down. You feel me? Talking about different roles and, you know, stuff of
Right,
that
just
nature.
the dynamics of relationships
Amen.
and really what it means to be submissive and what terms are we being submissive on and things like that.
And we did a little, you know, we always read ourselves, so we read ourselves a little bit. A lot of bit.
I'm unclockable. That's how I feel.
I can't with you.
That's
I'm a
what I
bad
said.
bitch. You can't kill
That's what I
me.
said.
By the way, for the first time in a long time, both of our faces are beat together.
Girl, because, child, I be tired. Okay? I got to drive 11 miles just to get here. I'm not about to do my makeup every week. So.
And another thing that y'all didn't catch on camera. So last week,
Okay.
I called Ariel a candy corn. Right. This week, before the camera cut on, she was nice enough to say it before the
Right,
camera
I
cut
spared
on.
her a little bit.
You know, I didn't give her that, so she makes me feel like shit. She called me a hamburglar.
Don't she look like a hamburglar, y'all? She was up in here doing the fucking jailhouse stomp. Looking like a damn hamburglar. But I digress. You know, I roast her ass up off camera.
You feel me?
I don't get that luxury.
I ain't got no
don't.
home training, so I don't be knowing how to act, my nigga. But all right, so this week is entitled Check Please. We are talking about mental health.
Okay.
Something that really needs to be spoken about. And I was saying I should have looked this up. I'm about to look this up right now. I don't know if it was like Mental Health Week, Mental Health Day. Just found out it wasn't Mental Health Month.
No.
But I know last week Mental Health Day was brought up. I don't know what day it was. And I feel like we missed it. So we're going to bring it back and talk about it a little bit.
Bring it back. Bring it back. Oh, bring it back.
Okay.
So, in our quest to talk about mental health, we're going to look at the whole spectrum. So, family dynamics, mental health not being, or rather, mental health being taboo subject to talk about in the Black family sometimes. We're going to talk about the definition, what mental health is, and having, like, good mental health practices. So, this week, it's going down.
This week is kind of serious. This week.
I mean, it's serious, but we're still gonna be us.
Yeah, we still gonna bring the little bit of ratchet, but it's gonna be serious this week. I feel that everyone, whether they suffer from mental health illnesses or know someone that suffers from mental health illnesses, like this is a subject we can all relate to, because whether you have an illness or not, you still have to upkeep your mental health. Period. So the definition, this is what I found on dictionary.com. So it's a fish. Okay. The definition is a person's condition or regard to their psychological and emotional well-being. That's about it.
Okay.
Are your screws up there all the way together, and are you okay?
Right. It's the
like the real kind of okay.
How it should be. Like,
yep.
So, with mental health, you know, it's important to really be in tune with yourself. And self-assessment is definitely key when it comes to just having good mental health practices.
Because without self assessment, like you don't even know what you're supposed to be working on. Because we all got something to work on.
And you might even ignore some signs that, you need to start taking better care of yourself.
Yeah.
So I want to go on into some of your mental health practices. What are ways that you like
Oh,
get it together when you're not together?
shut up and and going to somewhere quiet.
Okay, so kind of
Because
like shut
sometimes,
that noise
yeah,
out.
because sometimes you really have to have tunnel vision or just no vision. Close your fucking eyes, shut the hell up,
Close your damn eyes.
and
She
go
said.
somewhere. Because sometimes like when you're riled up, you're in the moment, and say your mental health ain't all the way there that day.
Right.
You gotta before you say or do something that you regret. So all right, time to head out. That's what I
Right.
do. I get on. I don't care if it's the bathroom. I'm a mom, so the bathroom is my sanctuary, even though the kids are like, Mom, what are you doing in there? That's the only place I can like turn off the lights, close my eyes, and be like, all right, bitch,
It's time.
get it together.
Light a candle.
That's something that I do.
So me personally, what I do, I like to be alone as well. But depending on how deep rooted the issue, I like to just get out of the house.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we're just confined within four walls of our room or even in the house period, not getting sunlight and shit, like it makes you feel worse.
It does.
And so it's important to get around, move, you know, change your environment a little bit. And yeah, that's
Get
what I
some
like to
fresh
do.
fucking air.
You have to sometimes because
So
you'll
you
be sitting
breathing
up in
all
the
that
house all
recycled ass,
day.
stressed out air in your room.
Mhm.
Go get some fresh air and open up a window so when you come back, all that shit is gone.
Right.
I like to write out my thoughts.
Whew.
Because, like, when I'm stressed out, up here it's like, like in my face, I look like this. With my resting bitch face. But up here, I'm like, la 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 la. Where do I go? What do I do? What do I need to do? Oh my gosh, I have 1,000 things to do and I haven't started not one. Bitch, write it out.
Right.
Just write it out. I don't care if it's just a list. It don't have to be poetry. It can literally be words like of how you feel, anger or frustration. Like just write. Draw, bitch. If stick figures is what you good at, draw some stick figures, bitch. Come on. Stick figures with some lashes on it. Just get your pen out. Fuck that note shit. Sometimes you gotta like feel it. You need to see. Just write. Do something. Get
Write
some
it
colors,
down.
bitch.
Get it off your
Get
chest.
an adult coloring book, y'all. Just write it out.
And if you don't like to have the clutter of books in your house, they have coloring book apps for adults too.
Yes.
So check
they're
your local
soothing.
app store, Google Play Store, whatever you got, and get a coloring book.
Yes. Another thing, I'm just like pounding y'all with a whole bunch of stuff, but I gotta find things because, like I said, I got kids, so I can't just be going loco. I don't have the time for it. Focus on breathing, y'all. They have this app. I think it's called Calm,
Yeah, I had
and
that for
there's
a minute.
literally this like tool with inside of the app, the Calm app, where like you breathe along with the object that's on the screen. Breathe, like don't just breathe just to survive. Like focus on your breath. Focus on like how fast you're breathing, how slow you're breathing. Just focus on your breath, because when you do that, everything else.
Kind of exits the mind.
Yeah.
So it's meditation
Yes.
in a way. You know,
Meditation.
you can do.
You don't have to do the crisscross apples. Just breathe. Wherever you're at, just breathe.
Focus on them breaths, honey.
Because, Lord, before you beat somebody up.
Right. You don't need that. So, what are some of the indicators that you feel like pop up, like that check engine light?
To where it's like, bitch,
Come on, you got
got
shut up. I need an oil change. But what are some of those indicators that pop up for you that have you really like, okay,
I'm stressed the fuck
I'm
out.
stressed out and I need to do something about it? How do you behave when you're like high stress?
I am pacing. I pace.
Ooh,
I
child.
pace back and forth. When I realize I haven't combed my hair in 2 days, Um, when I'm gonna just keep it all the way gangster. When I realized I didn't eat.
Mhm.
When I look up and it's like 11:30 and the kids are asleep and I'm like studying something or reading, I'm like, and my stomach growling, I'm like, bitch, what you eat today?
Nothing.
Exactly. When what else? When I like I said, when it's just a whole bunch of stuff going on up there. Like
Mhm.
when I can't keep my mind on one thing.
Right.
When it's like, all right, I got to do this. When my mind is racing, it's like, all right, bitch. Ding. Check, please. Sit the fuck down.
Right.
Chill the fuck out. So it's just a lot of like pacing, like I said, mind all over the place, and neglecting myself.
Right. For me personally, I think it's when, because I was talking to you about this earlier. I'm okay with being by myself. But when I find that it's been months and I don't make any efforts to have any type of outside connection or reaction with people outside of like what I absolutely have to do, then I'm like, okay, something's wrong with me because I'm not an introverted person whatsoever. I actually love being around people and I love bringing joy to others. So
Why am I alone?
why am
has
I
it been?
I enjoy my solitude a lot, but why am I doing this like exceedingly too much?
Yeah.
Like that's when I know like okay, it's time to self-assess. Like you're not behaving like yourself.
And it's crazy. Ooh, what the heck was that? That scared me. I don't know.
Hello, can you hear me? ASMR.
That just scared the shit out of me.
Sorry, y'all.
It's
Turn the
spooky
decibels
season,
down.
so
We were
that's
just trying to make
not.
sure you was paying attention.
Yeah, that wasn't it. It's spooky season, bitch. Hold on. Chill the fuck out.
Boo, bitch.
But what was I about to say? That done
Girl,
made me lose my train of
brain
thought.
is rattled. I don't know.
You were saying something
Solitude, too much solitude,
about
right?
too much solitude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I think this is what I was gonna say. It's crazy because Ariel does ask. She is the queen of me time,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like when it's a certain amount of time, like a red flag is raised for me, and it's like, so.
I know you like being by yourself, but you a
But
little
what
too
it
biased.
do, bitch?
Like, what's going on? You
Yeah,
sure everything's
like
all right?
that's how I know. Like when it exceeds a month, it's
Yeah.
something about that month. Cause like we don't speak every day. It's never. This is actually the most we've spoken back to back because we have this podcast.
Right.
But we've gone months without talking to each other. But I know like there's a difference between Ariel's not speaking to anyone right now because she's having me time,
Mm-hmm.
and yo, Ariel just fucking fell off the face of the earth.
Right.
And I don't know what the hell is going on.
Right. Like.
And it's hard for me to tell because like I said, you love your me time.
Right. So.
Like you the most me time head ass I've ever met in my life.
I
my
mean,
nigga.
that's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but that's why it's hard to tell. Like
Yeah.
that's why you gotta really be in tune with the ones y'all love, y'all. Like no day is promised. You don't know what the fuck people are going through. Like really be in tune. Even you don't have to badger them, but just reassure them that you're there to listen.
Right. And I mean, everybody, most likely, they're going to come around anyways
Yeah.
and be like, okay, so this is what's happening with me. If
Just
there's
be
anything
ready.
at all.
Be that ear, y'all, because you don't know what people going through.
So, with that being said, what are people going through? Mental health, this whole wave of just like getting inside of people's heads, right?
Uh-huh.
I feel like social media
As always, it's social media.
social media is like how do I describe this? Because
Is it what we
people,
were talking about earlier?
girl,
Oh, you want me to bring that in? I feel
I
like
just don't know
social
how to properly
media,
segue it, so let's just say it. Come
it's
on.
like normalizing.
Weird ass behaviors.
Yeah, like, and I get it because there's weird ass behaviors out there and
Mhm.
people do go through shit. But it's kind of okay, here's some examples we came up with earlier.
Okay.
Oh yeah, like I have anxiety. I have anxiety. Oh my gosh, it's my OCD. Like those are real conditions
And
that people
disorders.
have,
Right.
and y'all just flaunt it around like a badge of honor, and it's not cool.
Like those people, if they really wanted to not have the disorder, they wouldn't. It's not
Exactly.
something that they could just put on when they want to and run away from
It's
it.
not a jacket, my nigga. It's
Exactly.
not a
So the
jacket.
fact that it's being so normalized is just kind of baffling. People are just like, "Oh, I'm depressed. Hmm. Oh, I have OCD. Ha, anxiety. Look at me." It's
That shit
lit.
is
It's
not
not
cool.
lit at
And
all.
I think I take it really personal because of my profession.
Mhm.
Um, I work with kids who can't even function their regular day to day
Mhm.
because of anxiety, OCD, because of because of all these different things like social anxiety, like
Mhm.
things of that nature. Like when people be like, "Yeah, I have social anxiety. I can't talk." No,
Like,
you
no,
just having a bad
Karen.
day. Chill
Exactly.
out.
And it's
Like,
okay to have a bad day and outwardly express that, but
yep.
you don't have to put on this image like, "Oh, I'm just a depressed little bitch." Like, no.
I don't know what it is. I don't know how that started. I feel like it kind of started with the self-care wave
Mhm.
cuz it kind of ties into each other.
Yeah. But it's just a slippery slope because you don't want to tell somebody that they are not feeling a
Yeah, that
certain
they
type of
tripping.
way.
Yeah.
We don't know what people go through, but at the same time there are people who don't even really know what social anxiety is. But
Yeah.
they will say that shit because such and such on Instagram acts this way or their
Cuz they
favorite
seen it on a
singer.
movie.
Right. Like you're not depressed, sweetie. Life is beautiful for you. You live at home with both your parents, you get allowance and they take good care of you.
You
Like
just having a bad time right now.
right. And that's okay. That's okay. Um but let's talk about how because we talked about like how it's normalized for
Mhm.
people to kind of wear that depression, anxiety hat. Let's talk about how it's taboo
Ooh.
in the black family
Mm.
to acknowledge those feelings.
I think that fucking sucks.
Definitely does. Because oftentimes, even with myself, I would be really sad and like questioning life, my existence, things of that nature. And it's kind of like just taken in such a way like, oh,
Here you
you're
go.
going through a phase. You'll
Yeah.
get over that shit. Like, ain't nothing wrong with your ass. Go wash them dishes. And
Or
I'm
go
fucking
take a nap.
right. Go drink some water. Shit, talking about you depressed. Depression.
No, but
Like,
like that's really I don't understand. Like I don't know if it's because like as a people we never had accessibility
mm,
to nurture ourselves when it comes to our self help like self our our mental health and stuff like that. Like we didn't have the opportunities to go talk to what they call a shrink or
mhm.
and then it's so they be like like you crazy, why are you
Yeah.
going to go talk to somebody about your feelings, like why are you going to go talk to somebody about your problems? For
Mhm.
some reason that's just how the black community has always seen it. We're getting better,
Definitely.
but like I don't understand why it's like that. It's not cool. Me also, I have someone in my family very close to me that suffers from schizophrenia, and thank God, like we found her a few months ago. She's been missing for like 5 years plus.
Mm.
She's a kind of like gone with the wind, come and go, state to state, like and she has schizophrenia. She takes medication for it.
Mhm.
But again, the old school black family, oh, we'll just pray for her.
Right. That's the prayer.
She don't need all that medication. But when she's on medication, she's fine.
Right.
I'm not saying don't pray.
Mhm.
I'm not saying don't do it, but don't ignore it.
Right.
It's been ignored for so long for her that she suffers with it so badly. Like,
Mhm.
like that early intervention is everything. If you have red sign, like
Definitely.
if you see a red flag and you're not sure, go find some resources and get yourself checked out.
One thing that I kind of want to piggyback off of is just a thought that came to my mind. Maybe it's shunned so much because we don't have that resource directly available for us,
Mhm.
or we don't have the money to pay for these resources. So people are like,
Why
write that
even?
shit off and chuck it
Yeah,
up. Like,
cause
yeah,
that's
life
some.
sucks sometimes, but hey, we all have problems. We all got to deal with it. And they brush that shit off. But I'm here to tell you all that there are ways that you can still seek help if you don't have money. Um, there is a psychiatrist. I'll drop her information in the description box when I post this up on YouTube and to the audio platforms. But she has a podcast called, what is it called? Therapy for Black girls, and it's not just for Black women, but it's for Black people, because sometimes we feel that we can't go talk to a doctor, and she just gives advice, and she takes questions and reads them off, and she'll like give her therapy sessions via podcasting. She has Twitter, she has Instagram. Like I said, I'll drop that information later, but her podcast is called Therapy for Black Girls. And I think that resources like that and just self-help like YouTube or things like
Yeah,
that, they're helpful. They're really helpful. And there's things called warm lines. It's like a suicide line, but it's for people who don't want to kill themselves, but they feel in distress or they feel tension. You can call your local warm line and talk to someone, and they'll sit there
yeah,
and talk to you for however long you want to. I've actually called one myself, and it's very therapeutic to just like let your feelings off. And it's not the typical suicide hotline where
yeah,
it's like, oh, well, why do you feel this way? Like, kind of that tone.
yeah.
They talk to you like a friend would talk to you,
Wow.
So some things that you guys could look into.
And who knows, they might have resources that you can go to in your neighborhood. I'm pretty
Definitely.
sure they do. So,
Definitely.
y'all, like I said, any red flags, big or little, like mental health is something that you cannot play with. You know what? This is not one of our topics that we wrote down, but
Hmm.
just because I went through it, and it's crazy because I didn't go see help. Postpartum depression.
Oh, that's a good one.
Y'all,
Because it's real.
I really thought like I was just crazy, and like I didn't have any issues like bonding with my child. I didn't have any of those type of issues, but I was just feeling like worthless and useless, and I didn't know why, cuz I'm like
Hmm.
I never really had an issue like this except for in my childhood to where I felt some type of way. But y'all, like, it's okay. There are people like you can go to your doctor for that.
Hmm.
You know, really go see help, y'all. Go see help.
Definitely. We have a comment. It's from my sister Alexis. She says, "We as Black people have been conditioned to just deal with problems and not be weak or show weaknesses." And that's true. And we
Yes.
are advocates here to tell you that it is okay. You can cry, you can scream,
It's
you can
okay to
yell.
not be okay, y'all.
Right. Acknowledge it. Try to fix the source of the problem and keep it the fuck pushing.
Yes.
You
It's
know?
okay to not be okay. Like she said, we're advocates.
Hmm.
Y'all, we will put on a poker face so fast.
Just because we're conditioned to do that, like we said.
Like, I don't understand. And it's crazy because we're older siblings also. We had that in common. Like,
Mhm.
I have siblings older than me, but in
Mhm.
my mother's family, I'm the oldest sibling. I've always had to hold things down. So it was also hard for me to, like, break down and not be okay. And
Mhm.
I was never taught to be that way. I was taught to always stay strong and, keep it pushing.
Right.
But it is okay to break down. It's okay to snot cry. If you want to
Exactly.
snot cry, y'all.
Cause you know what's gonna happen as soon as you get done snot crying, you're gonna wipe it all away. You gonna put on your, your fancy, do what you do, and we're gonna keep it pushing. We're gonna progress. We're gonna rise, and everything's gonna be everything. Like there's light at the end of the tunnel always. So cry. Go
Yes.
ahead. I'll give you
And
permission.
listen to yourself, y'all. Like, if you're be in tune with yourself, listen to your body. If your body is telling you, like, fuck, I'm stressed out. Fuck, I'm sad. Like, don't just be like, shut the fuck. No, you have to live with this. Like,
Exactly.
listen to it, take heed of it, and just figure out what you need to do. Like I said, even if it's just like disappearing for a little bit, you don't always have to be on your phone. You don't always have to answer those phone calls. If you're not all right, you can't help anybody around you. And as a mom, I've had to learn that if I'm not okay, them two girls that look up to me, like, they're not going to be okay. I'm going to be running around here, like I said, pacing back and forth, socking walls and shit. And they're going to be like, what the fuck wrong with mom?
Right.
Get it? Listen to yourself. It's okay to take downtime. I'm a workaholic. I'm always working on something. I'm always trying to figure out how to make myself better. And it's even hard for me to really take downtime and be okay with not even wasting, because I'm not wasting it, but doing nothing for that weekend on my off days. Like just sitting there doing nothing and just being a mom, because I can't not be a mom.
And
You got to be okay with taking those breaks sometimes.
And you have to watch how you speak to yourself too.
Ooh.
Because oftentimes, and I'm guilty of it, when we're idle, we feel like, oh, I'm not being productive. I'm this, I'm that, I'm not shit, But that's not the case. Being idle sometimes is key for you because that's your time to regroup, to self assess, to get your shit back together so that you can keep pouring.
You gotta fuel
into
yourself
others.
back up.
There we go.
Because you just running, and you don't have time to even rejoice over the things that you've gone through. I'm going to just be transparent right now. My cousin passed away 3 weeks ago, y'all. I'm running like I always am. I cried. I shed a tear or two when I got the news. But I didn't actually cry and break down until the funeral. I looked up, it's been 2 weeks. I didn't get to like process that my cousin is gone. Because I'm always constantly doing, no, that shit is not healthy. There's no reason why it should feel like I just got the news and I've had 2 weeks to prepare for this funeral, y'all. I broke the fuck down because I'm like, shit, my cousin, like, I didn't realize until I seen him in the casket that my cousin died.
Like,
that's how much I'm always running around. We don't do these podcasts and tell y'all to do this, that, and the other and give you guys, words of encouragement. We're really encouraging ourselves. We're practicing what we preach. We are really trying to be our best selves, y'all. I tell y'all to go take a nap all the time. Ask me how many naps I took last week.
Look, I'll be taking naps
One.
And her.
You feel me?
Sure.
Come on, y'all. Like,
this
mental health, self-help, self-love, it's a journey. It's not something that you get overnight. It's not anything that you complete. You never complete it. It's something that you have to keep up with and keep going day by day. And it shows up. When
just
you
like you shower every day, you have to water yourself every day. Like mental health is something that is going to propel you. It's going to keep you going and it's going to push you forward if you're okay. How do you make sure you're okay? Speak kindly to yourself. Put things into your field of view that you want to manifest for your life. You can't take in bullshit, negativity, and gossip and think that your mental health is gonna be okay. You can't be
Girl,
around.
I'm about to shout. I'll shout every now and again.
No,
keep
but
going before I get up. No, for real, y'all.
Seriously,
For real.
You can't entertain clownery. I like that word because Monique used it. But you can't entertain the clown shit and expect your life not to be a circus, So
damn. Somebody get this bitch a record deal. Shit. No, for real, y'all. And you know what's crazy? I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. We scroll on this shit all day, y'all. We scroll on it all day. We scroll on Instagram, Facebook. I don't do Twitter. It's too fucking much. Twitter, Tumblr, all that shit. You think that the shit that you're looking at is not affecting you?
You a damn fool.
If that person is offended because you unfollow, fuck them. If it's too much negativity going on what they posting, what somebody, you have to even detox this shit.
Mhm.
If what someone is posting is negative day after day after day, that shit piles up on you. It don't matter how much sage you burn.
Hmm.
It don't matter how many detoxes you do. If your phone ain't together, then you ain't gonna be together. Y'all gotta go through these phones, delete contacts, delete text message threads, unfollow the negative shit, the fuckery, and the clownery. Just
Mhm.
get it away from you.
Yeah.
Cause it, like I said, you can burn a bush of sage, my nigga. If this ain't together, you ain't gonna be together. I don't give a fuck what y'all do with that sage.
And then not only is it blocking your mental, right? But it's also fucking with your productivity. Because it's like you sat here and you scrolled over here, you
It's
in.
funny because iPhone tells you how long you've been on your phone now. I be
Huh.
like, first of all, you got me
Sometimes
fucked up.
I really try
Mind your
to. I
business.
try to beat my weekly average. Like, I want it to go
Woo!
down, ultimately. But, you know, spending so much time on social media, well, given whatever your profession is, I understand you have to be on social media. But when you're just
You gotta
like
have boundaries
scrolling, like, oh, okay, her and her baby daddy got into it.
though.
Oh shit,
Let me see what's
let me
going
click on this
on.
post and read the comments, but let me not like, you know. I'm
Hold
not
on,
gonna
bitch.
like
Don't
nothing so
double.
they
Don't
don't
touch
know
that
that I'm
heart.
lurking, but I'm gonna read through this. Oh, this juicy. Then you wind up 5 hours have passed and you on the baby mama's best friend cousin auntie page, and it's
From
like,
5 years
goddamn,
ago type shit. Oh,
right.
this bitch grew up in Mississippi. Bitch, that ain't none of your
Like none
business.
of your business. So you
Then we
gotta
just
take
went
that
far
into.
off with that one. But for
But
real,
it
y'all, these
happens.
phones are toxic.
If you let them
Toxic.
if you let them be that way, because your phone can be your money maker. Your
Yes.
phone can be you know a good thing for you, but it also can be your downfall if you don't be responsible with it.
And y'all have to realize that you can control that. You don't have to follow that person. You don't have to read those comments. You don't have to
Hmm.
respond. Let me shut up because I'm talking to myself. You don't have to respond. Keep it pushing. That's just that on that.
Period, poo.
I like this bell today. I'm just all on the bell today.
You're gonna drive Brittany
But
insane. Brittany's gonna burn the bill. Stop it.
speaking of mental health, I really feel like everyone needs to go see Joker, the Joker
Oh.
movie.
Hmm.
Everybody thinks it's crazy, this nigga burning shit up, hopping out of planes. It ain't got nothing to do with that, y'all. It is literally about what we're talking about. When you ignore your mental health, when people ignore your mental health, and you just drive yourself batshit the fuck crazy. Yes, it ended batshit fucking crazy, but it starts off with him being the good guy, him trying to fight his psychological problems, and everyone just fucking ignoring it. And it got to a point to where he just ignored it.
Mm.
So y'all, if you don't want to end up like the Joker, go see somebody and talk to their ass, please,
Check,
y'all.
please.
Check,
Please.
please. Go sit somewhere and just write your shit down. Close your fucking eyes. Turn off all this distracting ass. Get your
Mhm.
shit together.
So, going down the checklist, right?
Mhm.
So, we talked about, you know, black families and mental health.
Mhm.
We talked about the definition of mental health,
Mhm.
social media, and
Mhm.
its impact on our mental health and mental state. We talked about meditating and all those good things. I really want to hone in on balancing proper self care and productivity.
Ooh.
Like, you're a businesswoman,
Mhm.
potential businesswoman, you feel me? Both are social media present, you know? Um, we have this podcast and we have other things that we're sticking our hands into, other pots, right? So at the end of the day, it can be so overwhelming,
Bitch, that's an
right?
understatement. That's an understatement.
You have to this is why I will say that the way that you speak to yourself is so important. You know, you don't downplay your accolades and the things that you accomplish, right? But you can also let yourself relax and know that you've accomplished some shit,
Yeah.
you know? Um, Just having that proper balance.
And it's really hard.
Mhm.
It's crazy because I feel like success and succeeding is not the hard part. It's being a successful, happy person, being a
Right.
successful, balanced person,
Mhm.
like being successful and not being bitter.
Mhm.
I've heard this from someone. I don't remember who I heard it from. I think it was actually the real BB Judy. I think it was, which is an awesome
That's my girl.
businesswoman. She said, you need to learn how to relax. You need to learn how to sit back and just chill because you don't want to get to that success and become someone that is bitter because it's like I've been through this and that. You can't tell me shit. No, like learn how to live in the moment, learn how to chill the fuck out, and just be happy even where you are. You
Right.
have to sometimes be okay with taking a break and looking back on where you came from, whether it's good or bad. You need to be okay with turning your fucking phone off. You need to be okay with sleeping. Just be okay with that because you don't want to be mad successful but hella bitter. It doesn't matter how successful you are, how much money you got. Ain't nobody gonna want to be around your ass if you're bitter.
Period.
You're gonna have no one to celebrate with. So y'all just find that balance, please. And how much time do we have left?
And check yourself when you be on the bullshit.
Please.
So we
Got a guest
we
today,
have a very
y'all.
special guest today.
I'm so excited.
Businesswoman, mommy,
All
and
that.
all that.
You feel
Beautiful,
me?
beautiful, beautiful.
So we're gonna take a break,
Mhm.
bring her in, and then we're gonna chop it up with her.
Okay.
See y'all in a bit.
Who can do better when you me? Who can do fuck what they thought? Hold up, right? Who can do better when you me? All y'all niggas still nameless. Kenny locked in when I touch bases. Ask when your bitch wanna see famous. Who can do better when you me? Who can do fuck what they thought? Hold up, right? Who can do better when you me? All y'all niggas still nameless. Kenny locked in when I touch bases. Ask when your bitch wanna see famous. This gon' be the day. You first to take an L, your parting ways like Skip and Stephen A. Why they love the words I never know. She need to come and twerk the shit I wrote. Cause she see a nigga ballin', so she cuffin' the day. Niggas with no money ain't got nothing to say. Top of the Bentley, huh? Whip it like you Uncle Willie's son. And that's basic, face it. All y'all niggas still nameless. Hit a lick, then we go kill Vegas. Better's Keith and KO's treat we take. Shots to the head, I'm leaking. About to get some head for the weekend. Nights in the bed, she tweaking. Getting 911 on the speaker. Elevated on this elevator music. Shit is potent, you should know ain't nothing to it. You might need improvements. I'm up in the clouds when I rain, thinking out loud. Who can do better when you me? Who can do fuck what they thought? Hold up, right? Who can do better when you me? All y'all niggas still nameless. Kenny locked in when I touch bases. Ask when your bitch wanna see famous. Who can do better when you me? Who can do fuck what they thought? Hold up, right? Who can do better when you me? All y'all niggas still nameless. Kenny locked in when I touch bases. Ask when your bitch wanna see famous. Right? These niggas real afraid, I know. They bout to throw the shade, I know. But I got some lemonade. Stand with the greatest, latest, famous. Hop on the major stages, faded. Bitches done waited for this payment, right? Niggas who fight the beat, I can't stand. Y'all burn rubber, but got no bands. Y'all still mad your bitches, my fans. Like first stage Vegeta, I'm just saying. Yeah, too much pride in your speakers. Play this shit, now they all need teachers. Questions, fuck that, I'm high on the reefer. Nigga, get back, I don't need your feature. Who can do better when you me? Who can do fuck what they thought? Hold up, right? Who can do better when you me? All y'all niggas still nameless. Kenny locked in when I touch bases. Ask when your bitch wanna see famous. Who can do better when you me? Who can do fuck what they thought? Hold up, right? Who can do better when you me? All y'all niggas still nameless. Kenny locked in when I touch touch bases. Ask when your bitch wanna see famous. First to rap with an aura, Long Beach straight to Florida. Winslow with the women, I need one like it's Myra. I don't fuck with the Laura's. Percocets in her dresser, peers give her the pressure. I get high off of questions, bags full of confessions. Weed smell like a forest. Love to burn, word to Bernie Sanders. Kill your favorite rapper, beat the cancer. Make you drop the church and see the pastor. Y'all fiction never was a factor. Still need an answer. Who can do better when you mean? Who can do fuck what they thought? Right? Who can do better when you mean? All y'all niggas still nameless. Kenny locked in when I touch bases. Ask when your bitch wanna see.
Hey,
Hi.
we're back. We're gonna let our very special guest introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. My name's Amanda, and I am the owner of Lachey Lashes.
Yes, y'all. First, let me just chime in real quick. So I bought a pair of lashes from her. I forgot what month it was. Whenever Trap Art was.
It was June.
June.
Yeah.
I still have those lashes.
Quality.
I still have, and I have Payday.
Yeah,
Payday.
girl.
Make you fly away. Y'all, every time I go out with these lashes, people are like, where the fuck did you get those? Where can I get them from? These lashes are quality as shit. I ain't gonna sell y'all shit this trash, okay?
Thank
look.
you.
Lashes are quality as shit.
I'm just looking at them like the packaging is so cute. It's like money. So when you put these,
Girl.
I don't even look on the inside, girl. Oh, these
If
are
you trying to cop a
beautiful.
sugar daddy, a husband, or
Girl,
any of that,
look, she
you
got-
feel me?
She got the semi laid back, but still
Girl.
cute. And then the whew,
Ooh,
You
yeah.
feel me?
flutter.
I'm so glad you guys like them.
my
Yeah,
God,
the
okay.
lashes are bomb, girl. I still have those lashes.
Well, I brought you some more. I brought
Yeah.
everybody some.
Yes,
Look
thank
at
you.
God. But yeah, so just can you tell us like how you got started? What made you want to start it?
Yes. So I've been wearing makeup for as long as I can remember. I love it. I love to play in them, and I had a hard time finding good quality lashes.
Yes,
And the
girl.
lashes that are like super like great quality, they're really expensive.
Yeah.
So, and I also had a problem with my eyes. I have hooded eyes, so don't look at them. But
It's okay.
I have hooded eyes, so it's really, really hard to like find perfect lashes to fit my eyes
Yeah.
and to make my eyes really pop. So I literally was like playing surgeon, doctor, you know,
Gotta cut
like,
the edge,
cut 'em,
but not too much.
double them up,
Yeah.
you know, doing the most just to achieve my perfect glam look. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
way too much. We ain't got time
So,
for that.
girl.
we gotta make this. We gotta make it to the
Girl,
event.
I'm
just
saying.
like,
So I went ahead and since I was, being, top surgeon or whatnot, I went ahead and designed these set of lashes that were perfect for my eyes because I figured that, if I'm having these problems
There's a
with,
whole bunch of-
lashes, then a lot of girls are as well. You know what I
Right.
mean?
So,
So
honey, yes.
so this is how I started my business. I went ahead and basically started my brand just because of that. And
Wow.
I here it is.
I think that's why it's so unique because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, I'm one of them, I ain't gonna lie, shit. We start certain things for money.
Mm-hmm.
And because you were trying to cater to a problem that you were having for yourself, you're like, shit, if it worked for me,
It worked for
cha-ching.
everybody.
So
Hello?
it goes
Yeah.
hand in hand.
Right.
But they're so cute, y'all, and they're really, like I said, they're really, really good. I will talk. I'm sorry. I'm a critic, okay? If it's trash, I'm going to tell you it's trash. And the fact that I invited her on the podcast, I'm letting you know. These are it. So just give your Instagram handles and stuff so they can
Yes. Okay. So my Instagram is Lachey Lux LA. That's spelled LACHELUXLA.
So yes, cop y'all some lashes,
Come on,
please.
follow her.
And she is a mom.
Yes, I am.
You have a beautiful, beautiful child, might I
Thank you.
say.
Thank you so much.
So I feel like that's where we can connect
Mhm.
some, and just like being a businesswoman and a mom, it's a lot. And we were talking about mental health, and we were talking about having that balance. What are some ways that you try to keep that balance? Because I know it's overwhelming.
It is overwhelming. Balance is key. You know, I have my son. I raise him. He's with me majority of the time. You know, I have my business, and I also have a regular job.
Yes.
Amen.
Okay.
Girl, you preaching to the choir right now. Shit. That regular job.
Oh my God, yes. And, so I try to find balance by just, you know, taking it day by day. Don't sweat the small or the big things, you know what I mean, or the small things.
Yeah.
If there's anything that I can change it. If there's anything I cannot change, then I have to accept it and adjust myself around that. You know?
That is a major deal.
Should have made me ring the bell. Not for real. Just being willing to accept
Yes.
the thing. I feel like that
Yes.
is key.
Yes,
Accept
it
and
is.
adapt. I like that.
Yeah,
Mm.
girl,
Let's say it together.
Come on,
Accept and adapt.
Okay. Yes.
No, but for real, and it's really hard because I am a control freak.
Mm.
So when I can't change something,
It drives up the
it
wall.
makes my ass itch. It,
Oh,
it
God.
pisses me off, and I stress the fuck out. But I've really, really, really been trying to practice. Like, look, bitch, it is what it is. You can't change it. But guess what? You can do this though. Like, maybe you can try this. I always give myself other options, because when I can't change it, I'll be ready to fight.
Right.
And I'm just being
We
honest.
can't do that. Not as businesswomen, okay?
For real, chill out.
Got something to lose. Okay?
I ain't got no insurance yet. Let me chill out.
Look.
You
I
feel
got
me?
bill money. I don't know.
Right.
I'll be ready, you know?
For real.
Ready to go. TTG. Okay, don't let the face fool you. She
You
said
feel
she's
me?
a scrapper.
You feel me? That two-piece set says everything about
Yeah,
it. When
she
got a
bucking it. She
two-piece set,
bucking it ready to
and the lashes popping, watch the fuck out. It don't
okay.
matter how big the face is.
I cannot.
Period. But no, for real, like, I just feel like that is something a lot of people, and it's crazy because, like I said, social media, y'all, like, you just scroll and you compare yourselves. We do that without even knowing, and then we start talking down on ourselves, and it's like, why can't I change this? Why can't I do? Y'all, if you can't change it, just fucking walk away.
Let
Walk
it go.
away and make a better life from yourself some other way, because we ain't got the time.
You know, and it's really crazy because I always say that it's very hard to live in this world, especially like living in LA. Rent is sky high.
Right.
Feel me? Gas.
Gas.
Still went up
Oh.
$25 a gallon in
Oh
less
my
than 2
God.
weeks.
I just put gas in my car, and I was
Oh.
ready to just throw my car away at that
Like,
point.
I'm
I'm
car,
like,
y'all.
walk.
I'm getting a
We
bike.
have
Shit.
Lime scooters now. We
Right.
got these are birds.
We
like,
set.
just forget it.
Right. That's a lot of scooting for me, though. I live far.
But no, it is hard. It's
Yeah.
fast paced.
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't catch any break.
Mm-hmm.
And just being a mom.
Oh, ooh. Ooh.
Oh, y'all, I tell people all the time, if you don't have kids, just wait. Shit, you can't take them back. Don't do it. You can't take them back,
Oh my
y'all.
God.
They're beautiful. But, like, once you hold them,
It's
it's
a
over.
commitment. Lifelong
It
commitment.
You feel me? They're cute one day, the next day you like, shit,
Mm.
where's your daddy at? Come get these kids. Y'all take y'all time. It's so hard having kids and still trying to live your dreams and trying to be
Yes.
your best you. It's just too much. Now you got somebody looking at. I don't.
However, it's not impossible.
It's
Yes.
not.
Yes.
It's not impossible because people will try to tell you, like, oh, you have kids, your life is over,
Mhm.
you can't do this, you
Yes,
can't do
girl.
that, it's difficult. But one thing that I admire about mothers, because I'm not a mother yet,
Oh, wow.
but one thing that I admire about mothers is, like, they just make everything look effortless, like, with tears in the eyes and
Girl,
everything.
baby
Like,
hairs all over the
make
place.
it work.
Frontal
You know?
lifting. Girl,
Yeah,
stress.
make it work, and I admire that so much. And I know that it takes a lot to run a business,
Mhm.
you know, and a successful business at that. So I want to commend both of you ladies
Thank you.
for that.
Yes.
You guys are super women. Do you know
Girl,
that?
shit. I be having to tell myself.
Girl.
I be
You
like,
have to.
Girl,
Yeah.
girl.
resume's long. Girl. You doing it, okay?
Someone.
Oh,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. No, go ahead. Go
No.
ahead.
So when I got pregnant, someone told me like, "Hey, your life is over. Like this is it."
Girl.
You know, and it freaked me out. But then I had to really take a step back and like do some, self seeking, and I had to tell myself like, no, my life is not over. Now I have something to live for. Now I have.
I'm sorry. I gotta ring the bell.
You know what I mean? Like now I
Yes.
have something to motivate me to do better, not only for me but for this little person that I have. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I feel you on that, you know? It's not always bad. And even though it is a
And
lot of
stressful.
work, it's a lot of work. Oh my God, you're constantly worried about somebody else that, you're just your little baby. And
Yeah.
it's constant.
It don't stop when they're 18.
Yeah, but then when they look at you and they tell you I love you and
Oh,
thank you and
man.
just the sweetest things,
Yes.
it's
with no
worth-
makeup on. You like, damn, you okay, that's love.
This is what it means. Unconditional, huh?
It's beautiful. It is. It is.
And it's because that actually happened with me also. I got married young
Mhm.
and I had a kid young.
Mhm.
I got married at 18 and got, at 18. Everything happened at 18. I had people tell me, like, why do you, for both, you want to get married, you want to have kids, you haven't traveled anywhere yet. You haven't done, I can't do that with my mate. I can't do that with my child.
Right.
Like, mind your fucking business.
So
that shit sucks.
Yeah.
Because I felt bad about it too. I'm not going to lie. I even regretted it to a certain point. Like, fuck, just listening to what people, that's before I got a backbone.
Mhm.
Listening to what people said. But it's like, here I am now accomplishing what I want to accomplish. Still have things that I'm going to accomplish. And I'm whole ass married with 2 kids now. So, boop. How
Amen.
about that? Period.
Put that on your biscuit and
Right.
slice it, okay? And then, never mind.
Oh,
No, I'm gonna go there. I don't care.
Yeah, go there.
But some of the people that try to tell you about your family dynamic and what you should be doing, when you look back, they're divorcees. How about that?
Ain't nothing wrong with being divorced, but mind your motherfucking business. I'm just saying. I mean, but a lot of the times that's because someone, especially the ones that love us, they don't want to see you go down the same path, and you gotta
Live your life for you.
yes,
Absolutely.
please, y'all. And again, that balance. Try your hardest to find that balance, because if not, you're going to be rolling around looking like me on a Friday night with my
Lord.
hair all over my head,
Jesus.
me yelling at kids, shit on the carpet. No. Find that balance, be happy, and smile anyways, because you don't want frown lines. I'd rather have smile lines
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
I heard
than
that.
frown lines. No, I'm
So,
just saying.
what we like to do every week is give our inspirational word for our viewers to leave them on like a positive note. So, not gonna put you on the spot. No
Yeah,
pressure.
it's optional.
But if you have a word for our viewers, can you share?
I absolutely can. Well, I want to touch on business. You never know what there's a demand for. You know what I mean? Like, you may have an idea, you may have, maybe invent something, and you may get other people's opinions, and they may say like, "Oh, that's stupid. No, that won't work." You know what I mean? But you literally never know what can become of your goals or your ideas or your inventions, and don't let anybody stand in the way of what you want to do.
Go ahead, ring the bell, Ariel. I know you.
Because
You
can ring.
You
Yeah.
gave the word. I seen the bell in her face.
Girl, I was feeling that in my
felt that? You
soul,
felt
like
that?
in my soul.
Don't let no one stop you from doing what you want to do.
Yes. Even though you feel that the field is filled with people already.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's too many lash techs. It's too many. Bitch, so what? It's a lot of money out there.
It's a
too.
lot. It's 8 billion people in the world.
You feel me? And they all got some.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I'm a firm believer in God, and I'm not afraid to admit that. But I just feel like God sends you messages continuously in different forms through different people. And what you said really touched me because
We
We've been talking about this
Yeah.
because
for
I've been
so
on
long.
harass these past few
And
weeks.
and not even just outside of what I have aspirations to do. The part about people stepping in your way and trying to tell you or belittle your ambitions, that's major to me.
Yes.
So that is very important. You can't let any force reckon with what you got going on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
That was good, girl.
Okay.
Usually people come on here, they be like, no.
Don't do drugs.
Y'all go first.
Shit. Stay off LeBron.
You go first, bitch, because you done put me on the spot. Thank you, girl. You gave us a good one. That's crazy because we've really been talking about that for the past few weeks. Okay, let me hurry up and get mine out the way. I'm not going to lie. I didn't come with one.
Oh, okay, I guess.
Breathe.
Ooh.
Stretch, shake, let it go.
Okay.
Breathe, y'all. We were
Repeat.
talking about it earlier. Don't just breathe to survive and get the oxygen to your lungs and all that other biological bullshit. If life gets too much, close your eyes. I don't care if you sit in McDonald's, y'all. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. It can be a stop between you and a jail cell. So please, do it. Just breathe. I don't care. Just breathe.
I have several words, but for all of my people who are driving, make sure you go get regular oil changes because you don't want your check engine light to come on and you're like, oh, what do I do?
And you asking your
What's
friend,
the problem?
What is this, bitch? Go check your engine. That's what that means.
So take yourself to Jiffy Lube or wherever you go to get your oil changed and handle that, okay? I'm speaking for myself to you. Get your oil changed.
Check your car. Check your car.
Check your car and check your mental state. Check, please.
please.
Yeah, I did that. All right. Also, we are having a live podcast event in November. The subject is Black Men Don't Cheat.
Let me move these lashes out the way before she starts swinging. She breathing.
Wait, hold on.
She breathing.
The topic is Black Men Don't Cheat. It's gonna be us with a panel of other podcasters on our station.
It's
Food
gonna
is
be dinner.
provided.
Yes, it's food, y'all.
Come on, y'all know y'all like to eat. Come on and be entertained. Okay, so tickets are actually on sale right now.
It's a flash sale till the end of the week. But if not, and you want to be hard-headed and get your shit,
Pay
it's
full
going to
price.
be on sale.
Right. But the event is November 6th or November 9th. Our final episode is November 6th. That's why I got confused. Well, our final episode of this season is November 6th. Let me stop talking because I'm just all over the place.
It's November 9th.
Get your tickets, okay?
Yes.
That's the most
and
important
the
part.
location is to be announced as soon as you get the ticket, right? Because it's not, I don't see it on the flyer. Okay, so the location, if you look and you're trying to find the location, you're not going to get it till you get your ticket. But it is local if you're in Los Angeles.
Right.
So if you're in LA, there's no reason why you shouldn't be there.
Because you're not doing anything anyways. You know, it's a little
And
Saturday
if you're
night.
a man, you probably want to be there. Because if not, then the women are going to be right as always. And you ain't going to have shit to say because you ain't going to be there.
Right.
So get it together. Get your tickets. Come get fed. Come laugh. We're going to be, interacting with the audience. It's not going to be nothing to where it's like you can't talk back. People are talking back. We talking to you. We talking shit. And you getting fed
And
all
we
at
stating
once.
facts, most importantly. We are stating facts.
I'm bringing my
and we
notebook.
are shutting these men down. I have been compiling all of my research, and I've been looking through the great books of life. Okay?
Okay with you.
I have been meditating and praying. I have been fasting and taking spiritual baths to prepare myself for this event, so I don't pop a blood vessel in my brain. Okay?
For real. I'm gonna be there.
Yes.
I'm coming.
So
Y'all,
grab your tickets.
Grab your
okay?
tickets because obviously Ariel has been preparing.
Okay, I'm gonna
And I
stretch
want to
when I
know what
leave.
the fuck she got going on.
Oh yeah.
Because if a bitch is taking spiritual baths for an event, it's going to be good. All right. Love y'all. Next Tuesday as always. And thank you for watching. Drop your handle one more time so we make sure that they follow.
Yes, my Instagram is Lachey Lux LA. That's spelled LACHELUXLA. Follow me, you guys.
If you want to
Get
look like
some of
money.
these lashes, okay?
All right. We love
Period.
y'all.
Bye.
Human in me. Bling bling, then I saw him, that's the goddess in me.